Hi everyone, welcome back. So for today I've got a very simple A2 card. I have a piece of white cardstock that we're going to do some simple ink blending with a stencil from Simon Says Stamp and also a stamp set called So Talkative from Simon Says Stamp. Both of these came in a kit a while ago. And then I've got some seedless preserves and some speckled egg oxide inks that we're going to blend to create almost like a reverse masking sort of technique. So to start with, I've got the I don't know the name of this, but it looks like speech bubbles, this stencil. And you could use any number of those with those So Talkative sentiments. I think these did come in the same kit together. So I'm just taping, couldn't think of the word, my white panel down just so it doesn't move, and then I'm going to stick the stencil in place. And I know you can't really see it because it's kind of like white on white kind of thing. You'll see it as I start ink blending. And so just positioning the stencil where I want it, and then I'm going to use some large post-it notes. These are just fake post-it notes. And just sort of cover up the areas and the other parts of the stencil that I don't want to ink, because I don't want any of that other inked, any of those other shapes on my white panel for the front of the card. So once I've got those in place, and you can just about see the cloud shape there, but you could, like I say, you could use any of those speech bubble shapes that you want. This just looked kind of cute, and it fitted my sentiment really, really well. So I thought this was great. So I'm going to take a blending brush. I have makeup brushes, you know this. And very lightly, like I'm barely pressing or even barely touching the brush to the paper, and just going very lightly from the top down of that, of the stencil, of the image on the stencil. And then I'm going to take a similar brush, big brush, because it's just softer bristles as well, and I'm tapping off some of that seedless preserve because that was almost too dark once I got it off the ink pad, and then just dragging it on again very, very lightly. And then I'm going back to my pickled egg, speckled egg, and adding a little bit more, again very lightly, but then dragging that down into the preserves colour, and it creates almost like a purpley colour in the middle. So it looks very much like there's a line there, but once it sort of dries off a bit more, it looks really nice. The blend is very nice. That's what I'm trying to say. I can't talk today. So once I've done that, I will show you the what it looks like on the card panel. And this is a very, very easy, super simple. You could mass produce this card for any occasion. You just use a different speech bubble and you could put any sentiment you like in there. So there's my little cloud speech bubble on there. And now I'm going to use my my trusty Tim Holtz Tonic Studios stamping platform. I love this thing. I have some temporary tape that I've just literally shoved on the bottom, or that base part of it. That's what looks a bit of a mess. Just to hold paper in place. I actually find that easier and better than using the magnets. The magnets, I find it shifts anyway, so I just find this much simpler. And then I lined up my stamp where I wanted it, where I wanted it over that stenciled area. And I'm going to use some archival jet black ink. I love this ink. I love my VersaFine Onyx black ink as well. They're very deep, rich black inks, and they work great for sentiments. So I highly recommend both of those. And both of them have different properties, and you can use them for different things. So, just like the archival you can use for mixed media, that kind of stuff. The other one, I think you can emboss with it as well, but I've never had that luck. So anyway, so simply stamped it on there, and I stamped it twice just to get a really nice crisp image, and that is the front of the panel, the front of the card. That's it. All we're going to do now is stick this to the front of the card base, and that's your card done. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. The only thing, and I didn't have any black cardstock, the only thing I think that would have made this a little bit better is if I had a slightly smaller white panel and then a black layer behind it, just to make it really pop off that white card base. But I still like the white on white. And yeah, I hope you give this a whirl, guys. It's very easy to do, as you saw. And until next time, bye for now.